Hey, welcome. Happy weekend, everyone. It's Meredith. I am here with a weekend reading for Saturday the 21st, Sunday the 22nd of May. We'll be using the This Might Hurt Tarot. Happy birthday, Gemini. The sun has moved into Gemini for us, and our moon phase, I believe we have a waning half moon. We're moving out of Aquarius and into Pisces this weekend. So we also, of course, have Mercury retrograde ongoing. Separate reading linked for you at the end of this one. So do be on the lookout for that. And let's get into our message. I decided not to split the reading for the weekend. There's enough going on in the cosmos. So it's all been, well, a portion of it has been described here. And let's check our cards. Our first is the Star. I just love this card. I love it, because as I so frequently tell you, it follows the Tower. And it speaks to the way we continue to create on our foundation. Now, we've been talking about the Tower a bit recently because it has shown up not quite as frequently as the Death card, but certainly it is heralding change for us. And I feel that we're pulling energy up by its roots, and the Tower is indicative of this. And what comes after the Tower but the Star? So it is the way we pull energy up into our being and what we do with that energy. We talk about this all the time, how we invest in ourselves, what our broadcast is, how the sun illuminates our subconscious, right? What do we do with this energy? And here we are with the Star, kind of naked in our vulnerability, yet courageously choosing to co-create with the divine all. We have, and I love this too, we have nothing to hide, right? We've seen a lot of the Strength card, and we've talked about our untamed spirit and how important our authenticity is. And it's really what our world is calling for. Not a cookie cutter version of ourselves, but our wild, untamed selves. And I feel that this is captured beautifully in the vulnerable courage you see here on the Star, to stand naked in the river of life and, you know, collect the resources, collect the energies required to nurture and foster what's in our heart space. Our next two cards coming together. First is Seven of Pentacles. Now, what a great card of nurturing there too, and appreciation and reverence, by the way, on this card. It is accompanied by the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, that's the full harvest. That's the full Monty, everyone. And we have that on the Star. Anyway, the Seven of Coins. You know this card so well. It is sort of an eager anticipation for that harvest. Now, if you look at the character on the card, he's rather pleased with what he sees on the vine there. And we are quite pleased with what we see on our own vine in our spiritual garden. And the Ten of Coins is fulfillment. And this is how we add to and layer upon our joy, our happiness, and so much more. And we've been talking about just these very things for many days now in the daily readings and in the Mercury retrograde readings as well. So I also have a feeling here as I look at these three cards, the energy is picking up speed. And the reason I say that, or the momentum is picking up speed, is that we go from the 7 to the 10. We jump the 8 and the 9. So this harvest, this bounty, this celebration of abundance is coming a lot more quickly than we anticipated. And this may be why we've been seeing so much of the Tower and the Death card. We have been encouraged, not with a sense of urgency, yet a divine sense of expectation, joyous expectation for the arrival of what the Wheel of Fortune, divine delivery system, has been turning into our orbit. Let's see what's next. That's fantastic. Look at this card. It's the Knight of Swords. Now, he's been around He still cracks me up. No matter what deck you find the Knight of Swords, he's just, I don't know, he's such a character for me. No matter what deck. He's in every deck. Anyway, here he is swiftly moving along. So we're just talking about the energy picking up or the momentum picking up speed. And then here comes the Knight of Swords. Notice he's pointed right at the 10 of Coins. So that kind of confirms for me as Knights move energy between cards, but he is driving right at the 10 of Coins there. He's unstoppable, this one too. He's definitely a point A to point B kind of knight. There isn't anything that gets in his way. He is swift. He's also dynamic. And he is, for me, a minor arcana version of the Chariot. So he's got great momentum. He's on a motorbike there, and he's not stopping. I like that he's actually got a helmet. I would expect he wouldn't. However, safety first. Okay. The next two cards, we have the Two of Cups. Oh, what a gorgeous card. You know, this one's been showing up for us. The Lovers has been showing up for us. Not as frequently as the Tower and the Death card, though. Oh, I want to go back to the Tower for a moment. I have been feeling that the Tower is surprise and delight. And, you know, in the weeks and months before, let's just say the last 2 weeks of readings. In weeks and months leading up to the last 2 weeks worth of readings, I was feeling like the Tower was a deliberate takedown, meaning that we are deliberately taking down the Tower. It's not so much a shock and awe where the universe rocks our world, right? And the Tower comes crumbling down. It's more that we've seen a need to make way for what we're in creation with here on the star, what the Wheel of Fortune is delivering to us. And where was I going with that? Oh, the Tower. The Tower now feels so much more like a surprise. So in recent days, recent weeks, I have felt that it's a delightful surprise. It's one that is anticipated, though we have to make much more room for it than perhaps we anticipated. Now, the Two of Cups has me in consideration of, intuitively so, our self-relationship, how we are nurturing ourselves, caring for ourselves. This has to come first, period. Because we don't have it to offer on overflow unless we take this kind of care of our own selves, right? Now we have also the Two of Pentacles that came with this. We've got two twos together. And the twos have us making more of the energy that's on offer to us. So we're making more out of the two vessels, two cups here we see on the star. We're doing it swiftly, dynamically. The momentum has picked up for us. Our manifestation is moving along with great surprise and delight. Tower energy still. And the swiftness of energy with the Knight of Swords confirms that our 10 of Coins, more fulfillment, is coming our way. Now, with the Two of Coins in the reading, some say that this is a card of having to juggle the bounty of life. I don't disagree with that completely, though I feel so much more that we're in this beautiful infinite, take a look at the infinity symbol, this infinite loop of giving and receiving. Now, we've seen a whole lot of the Six of Coins, which is reciprocity, in the spirit of giving and receiving. And this is where we are meeting others, and this is where we are being met, and that's our currency. It's bringing our whole embraced selves 100% and being met in the same way. Now, I feel another message here for those of you who are really mindful of your inner dialogue. And this is one I hear a lot. I feel I'm so busy. I'm just so busy. Everything is just so busy. And that is an energy that is often assigned to the Two of Coins. How are you juggling all the busy in your life? And I challenge you all to upgrade your idea of busy, because this person looks like they're a tiny bit concerned about keeping that infinity symbol up there in the air along with those coins, right? She looks just a tiny bit stressed. And so when I hear people say, oh, I'm just so busy, everything has just been so busy, there's an element of stress to that. And there's an element of glossing over the investment, Two of Cups, that you are putting into your self relationship in or along the pathway to creating your 10 of Coins. So what are you really saying when things are so busy, right? What are you really saying? Just consider that. How about upgrading the frequency of, I'm celebrating the overflow. There is so much bounty, there is so much abundance, and I'm at play with all of the bounty and the abundance. It is a frequency upgrade in the way that we speak over our life. We've talked about this many times here on the channel. It's a frequency upgrade of acknowledging our appreciation and our gratitude for the overflow that we've seen pouring out of the cups in so many of our readings. How often, I mean, can you count it? How often we see the Ace of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, the 9 of Cups. We've had the Knight of Cups recently even too. So, you know, we're taking that bounty and we are at play with it. We are in momentum, Knight of Swords with it. We are creating our 10 of Coins. So when we consider keeping all these energies at play and up in the air, right? It's easy to say, oh, I'm just so busy. Everything has been so busy. How about everything has just been so full, abundant, and bountiful that I have been in celebration with it. I've had my hands full, and gratefully so. It's a shift, though I feel an important one. Next. Yeah, the Emperor. Yes, Aries energy. Aries fire, our first sign of the zodiac and our first fire sign as well. The Emperor is, you just gotta love the dude. He's a know-it-all, and I know that that sounds like a bit of a negative nickname for him, though really that's a positive in terms of his attitude. He has so much to bring to the table, and I feel that that's what this 2 of Coins is saying. We have so much to bring to the table from the bounty and the abundance that we are in play with, that we are embracing ourselves in self-sovereignty with. And these two cards together are indicative of what we have to offer all of our connections. So thank goodness our hands are so full. Thank goodness we have such a cornucopia on offer to us personally, and then everyone we are in connection with, because there again is the spirit of reciprocity. As we come together, 2 of Cups, with those nearest and dearest in our world, we certainly have a whole lot to share, and there's a whole lot more being shared back with us. And now we have the Emperor. We know what to do with all that's being shared with us, and we know exactly what to do with what we have to offer in our sphere of influence on our foundation. So these 2s over here are also indicative of how we are making way for, making room for, oh, we have an ant visiting us, making room for what's replacing the Tower, the surprise and the delight of the Tower coming down, and how the Wheel of Fortune is blessing our foundation with the bounty of what we've created over here and nurtured in our spiritual garden off the 7 of Coins and the Star. And that energy is moving swiftly in our direction. So this is one of those Emperor stand up here, and he's not sitting on the throne. He's up on his feet, and he's ready to take some action, which is another message that we have received out of Angel Answers. And look, he's got his hand on the world. He has this powerful ram here, the Aries symbol. He's unstoppable as well, and he's not in his own way. So come back again to this 2. Consider how you're speaking over your world. And as someone near and dear would say to me, you're spelling when you say, oh, busy, or however it is that you're expressing what you're doing, what you may have a little bit of stress with. Be mindful of how you express it. Upgrade it to having your hands full with the overflow, and then take action with it like the Emperor would. Yeah, dynamically. All right, let's take a look at what's on the bottom of the deck. Okay, this is coming out of the unseen. This is how the universe is supporting us in a way that we might not necessarily be aware of. Our first card is the Strength card, and I am delighted to see this card as well because, you know, there are 8 stars over here on the star card, which connects the star to the Strength card. This is the Leo card. This is yet another fire sign energy. So we've got a lot of drive and motivation in our fire, okay, at this time. Now, having the strength to be this kind of vulnerable and this kind of courageous, living in an untamed way is what brings us the kind of joy, happiness you see here on the 7 and the 10 of coins, and creates this bounty over here that we are enjoying and celebrating, that we are embracing. Now, here comes another little bit of the message, 7 of Wands, and I'm going to go to the more traditional meaning on this card here too. Now look, she's holding a bow. She's ready to take aim. And I feel that the success this character has experienced on the 6 of Wands, which is victory, success, homecoming to the self, has garnered some attention that is perhaps judgmental from others within the sphere of influence. So you may be hearing the opinion of others. And this is a great opportunity for you to take aim at what rises in you when you hear the opinion of others as they weigh in on what you're doing on your foundation. Mostly it's none of their business, right? And yet there are opinions aplenty. So what do you want to take aim at? You want to take a look at how you react and or respond to what other people have to say about your success, your bounty, your overflow, your self-sovereignty, and see that as a reflection of what might be hiding in your subconscious that could be potentially creating an obstacle of defensiveness within you. Do you follow that one? So if someone has an opinion and you've got a reaction to it and you want to pick up your bow and take aim because they're mouthing off about your success, your bounty, your joy, and weighing in with an opinion that's less than favorable, remember that you've brought heaven to earth. This is a 7. You've brought heaven to earth, and someone else might be feeling pressured by their own inner dialogue because maybe they could be investing a little bit more in themselves. But rather than take responsibility for this, they decide to offer up their opinion on you. And how you respond to that says everything about where you are within your ego speak out of your own subconscious programming. So let anyone else's opinion that you feel is less than favorable be a signal that you've got programming and belief system rising up. And you take responsibility for that and clear it like an emperor would. This guy doesn't take any crap either, so neither do you. Your own or anyone else's, just like the Queen of Swords might say. Now, the next card here is the High Priestess. Pay attention to your intuition, because moments like the 7 of Wands, where defensiveness might rise up for us, can overshadow our intuitive voice. So this is a take a breath here. Love yourself more, unconditionally and with kindness, and sink more expansively into your own intuitive wisdom. One more card, I feel. This is perfect. Really, really perfect. There it is, 6 of Pentacles. We're talking about the spirit of reciprocity over here with the 2 of Cups and even the 2 of Pentacles. And this is enjoying the infinity loop that you see here on the 2 of Coins, on the 6 of Coins. We have more than enough to spare and share. Again, it's how we are meeting the people in our sphere of influence and how we're being met. Beautiful. And I feel that we're standing up here just like this emperor. We are on our feet, we are dynamically charged and inspired, and we're going for it. We may encounter some kind of obstacle because of someone else's opinion. though it is an invitation for us to love ourselves more. Wow. Okay, let's take a look at the oracle cards. I forgot to go over those. From the Sacred Forest. There were 3 cards that came out of the shuffle. And these 3 are a message of our own soulful presence, how it is whispering to our waking consciousness. And we have Maple Spirit, generosity. Gosh, the universe just loves a theme, doesn't it? Generosity, reciprocity, more than enough to spare and share. We have that. Next is purity. Oh, the unicorn. Pure generosity. I feel that's what's flowing onto our foundation. That's what we are making so much more room for. You know, in recent days, as we have seen the Tower and we've seen the Wheel of Fortune and death and all the transformation messages that we've been hearing out of the tarot. And then the third one, Eagle Spirit, freedom. This is us freely, again, star, strength card, living in our untamed way, our wild, free, spirited, untamed nature. And that creates more generosity. That creates a purity of our own spirit. You know, the cards have called us out for this, saying, you know, you have a unique gift to offer. And it isn't something that's meant to be hidden, kept under wraps, politically correct, anything like that. You are called to be 100% authentically you. So know that the cards are saying you've got the freedom to do so. So generously do it. All right. So because we had 3 fall out of this shuffle, I chose 3. Or rather, I chose to shuffle out 3. From the Enchanted Map deck and simply asked, where is the Enchanted Map taking us this weekend? Our first card is Magic Prayer. Our next card, Listening. Oh, this is kind of neat. And then we have Protecting Treasure. Wow, that feels like a message of the universe saying, I am listening deeply to your magical prayer. And not so much protecting, but sheltering the treasure of your magical prayer. That's what's growing in our spiritual garden. That's the harvest on the vine here with the 7 of coins, growing into the 10 of coins swiftly. I feel this is one of those, the universe has our back. It's heard our love language, our heart speak, our magnetic vibrational heart center. It's listened. It's got the message. And I feel the protecting treasure, or I'm going to say sheltering treasure, really is a message of I have received. I've listened and I've received. And freely, generously, and purely, this energy is going to come back to us. Fantastic, huh? Okay. Yeah, I just want a moment of silence for that one. That's beautiful. Let's do angel answers. What do the angels have to whisper to us? What experiences can they confirm for us? We have the Take Action card. You have to love that. That's the Knight of Swords over here on his motorbike. Take action. Not a problem, we're doing it. You know, we also have the Emperor here, and he's on his feet. Peaceful resolution. That feels like a sigh of relief to me. One of those, oh, at last, good. The energy is moving dynamically. We are underway. Emphatic success. Yes. And I feel that from our 7 of Wands, too. Ooh, okay. we have within the next few months. Again, timing cards with angel answers, I feel, are so much more a message of how long this energy will be in motion and in momentum with us. So over the next few months. And then we have ask for help from others. Yeah, helpful people. Turn to your helpful people. You know, the ones that are your cheerleaders. All right, everybody, there's our weekend reading. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Do be on the lookout for the Mercury retrograde readings as well. They'll be out very soon. Peace, love, joy, happiness. Namaste.